Greetings, citizens! Last time in the Just Create SMP, we built a new arena at the base to hold our permanent storage. Today we'll be working on getting our very own jetpack, automating some of the things we'll need for fuel, and building something much bigger than it needs to be. Let's do it! If you've been watching the videos of everybody else on the server, you may notice something that we are distinctly lacking. The builder's jetpack, something incredibly handy, surprisingly, for when you're building. Because then you don't have to do scaffolding or dirt or whatever to try to get up to larger areas that you're trying to build on. You can just use this, but you'll also notice, wow, is it expensive. We don't have any of this. I need a lot more netherite. Total, that would be 11. We need a second elytra to put into this and echo shards. But it would take forever to gather the netherite alone. I'd probably have to make my drill larger, we'd have to take that back to the nether, and then knowing me, I'd probably rush it and then end up getting my drill stuck underneath a lava lake. And then because I'd have no way to get it directly, I'd have to go brew up some fire resistance potions. Then I could swim through the lava and get the drill back, but then we'd still have to collect netherite. So at that point, we'd have to spend about an hour in the nether going back and forth, getting more ancient debris until we had 44 so that we could get 11 ingots. And that sounds like a lot of work. Oh, wait a minute, I already did all of that. Wow, thanks, Past Legion. Sometimes that guy is alright. Well then, I guess we can cook up all this ancient debris. We also picked up plenty of gold, so we can use that. And what do you know? We've got our 11 netherite ingots, one of which we need to make into a block of netherite. Look at that, man. Okay, so maybe we're not so far off. Though we do still have two tasks. We need to head to the end and find an elytra. This time will be much easier because we already have an elytra. This may be more difficult. We need to find an ancient city that hasn't been found yet to get some echo shards. So let's start with the easier one. We'll head to the end, get another elytra. In we go. And I think last time this was the one that we found our elytra in, so let's head back to that location. And then I guess keep heading northwest. That seemed to be the ticket for us. And let's hope we don't run out of durability on our wings. We've got lots of rockets, so hopefully it'll be alright. This is a little disconcerting. I can't see a thing. There we go. This is where we were before. Oh, we may have one here. Please don't be raided already. Dragon head's still on. That's a good sign. You can come with us. Oh no, the back is open. Yeah. Aw, man. Alright, on to the next. And I think I can see the back of this one is also open. Yeah. Aw, poo. Maybe that's a good sign? Not open yet? Ooh, two right next to each other. And I hear shulkers. Oh, hey buddy. Hey, there we go. That's what we were looking for. Could have been worse. Ooh, alright. Now we just find a way back. There we go. That's our way out. Can we get right in? Yes. No problem. Now the difficult part. Finding an ancient city. Take a nice dip first. Get the end smell off of us. There we go. That's much better. Put away all of this stuff. And then I had thought about it, and we'll need to establish a mine here anyway at the permanent base. I haven't done that yet, and we already have an elevator. Currently, it only goes down, to the second level of this, the basement, right down here, and no further. So I was thinking, why don't we just use this? I'll dig out an area beneath this. We'll bring it down to both iron and bedrock level, so that way it'll have 4 stops, and then we could spend some time down there, see if, I mean, it's not impossible that there's an ancient city beneath here, because, you know, it is a hilly area, but if not, we could always look around a little bit more. We will need a few more redstone contacts. I'll just get 4 to be safe. And then we get to digging, remembering that this is the spot that we need to put the contact in when we get to the level that we are looking for. Off we go. And actually, should we use drills for this? Is this going to take forever? It might take forever. Alright, give me a minute, citizen. Excuse you, what are you doing here? And why didn't you go through the crushing wheels? That is the height of rudeness. I didn't bring chests because I kinda don't care what I dig up with this. Just get it connected up over here, easy enough. See if we're going the right way. We are, there we go. Yeah, that's gonna be much quicker. We're just following it down in free cam and look at this. Ooh, looks like we got a cave spider spawner over there if we need it. I don't think I will need it, but you never know. Uh-oh. We're just about down at the bottom and I'm about to incinerate all that stuff. Oh well, I said I didn't need it. And leave it to me to go right into a lava lake. Great. That's gonna be fun to fix. But it seems like it's down at the bottom, so get it brought back up. Oh, you brought me a couple diamonds, I think. Yeah, look at that. Get rid of this stuff. I guess I'll take the diamonds. Now we need to dig this down and I guess fix the lava too. I think we want Y level maybe 15, 16, somewhere around there. This should work. And then we'll get a level added there. I think that's backwards. Like that. There we go. You shall be iron level. Boop. and we continue. This could be a bit dangerous doing this part. Ow. Yeah, that's a lot of lava. Now I am noticing on the mini-map, and in fact if I look at the map, that we do appear to have a trial chambers here, but unfortunately I'm not seeing any ancient cities. Ow. Little bit of a cheaty way to find them, but I'm okay with it if you are, citizen. Now can we cover this up? Did that do it? Do I need to do more? No, I think that did it. Cool. Now, unfortunately, that's where my door is going to go, but we might be able to sneak around this. Actually, wow, big lava lake down here. We could even use that for infinite supply, maybe. So let's not do much yet. That scared me. Just do this, get our contact in place, call it bedrock, and there we go. We now have access to our mines at the permanent base. But since we're being a little cheaty anyway, I'm just going to look around. Yeah, I don't see any ancient cities nearby, which is bad luck for us. It means we're going to have to head somewhere else. But this needed to get done. We did it. It's progress. At the same time, does this work? We have to see if I can actually get back up on the elevator. Oh yeah, it's coming. Hooray! Easy access to the mines. So I guess at this point, that means I'm going to be doing some exploring, and then we can bring you back in once we find an ancient city. This looks like a likely spot. Nope, 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 I'm not cheating. I'm not looking through the ground, not at all. Come on, citizen, I can't help myself. We have other things to do today. I can't spend the whole episode just looking. You may admonish me in the comments if you think I should not be allowed to do this going forward. But yeah, that's it right there. Not the safest way to go about it, but we're just digging straight down. And we are 100% not doing a warden fight. We did that in the hardcore world. It scarred me. I never want to do it again. Yep, don't dig straight down. Got it. We also don't know if anybody's been here yet, so, you know, this might not even be what we're looking for. Whoop. Okay, I think we're here. Yeah, we're here. Where can I land? There's some wool. Get on it. Whoo! Okay, now we just find some chests. There's one. I think flight can count as noise, unfortunately. But let's see if we can manage this. I also did not mark where our location was over there to get out. That's gonna come back to bite me, but let's see. Hey, haha, we're already done. Wow, Swift Sneak 3 and some Echo Shards? I'm a lucky boy. I kind of feel like we should look at one or two more chests since we're here. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Grab some stuff. So that's our first accident there. I have so much wool at the base and I didn't bring any of it. We'll just grab this one, then we'll leave. Sweeping edge, looting. I think I have that stuff, right? Yeah. Swift Sneak. I've already got 2 Swift Sneak 3. That's not bad at all. Okay, I'm happy. How did we get in? It was somewhere up there. Yeah, right there. Do you think we could thread the needle? I'd say it's worth a shot. Yeah, no time like the present. So, right there. Oh, we did it. Yeah. I'm not surprised, for we all roam. Well, that could have been much worse. Oh, look at this. We're by, this is Stam's place. And look, it's a happy gas. I haven't seen one of these yet. You okay down there, buddy? Just kind of hooked up to the base? Oh, you look happy enough. That's not surprising. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. We've got to get this figured out too. Not today, but wow, this is really cool looking. Look at that. Nice. That gives me ideas. But there's never enough time in the day. Ah, home sweet home. It is starting to be really nice because I can just come over here and do what I would typically do, which is empty out the inventory. I don't have to go back to spawn to do that now. Hey, so that's another thing. We need walls around here. Actually, I'll show you in a second. Between episodes, I actually set up guards, and they're apparently not doing their jobs. Are you? Let me sleep, and then I'll show you the rest. Oh, yeah, I saw that creeper when I was sleeping. Yeah, take him out. What am I paying you for? What do you mean I'm not paying you? Why would I pay you? But yeah, I got that guy. They were trying to come and get up all in my business, so I just grabbed some seats and lined it over here. So now we've got 3 guards on the entryway. But they're kind of, yeah, they don't discriminate. Anybody that comes by, including me, they're Imperator. So yeah, we gotta sort them out. But yeah, some walls, some lighting wouldn't hurt. But anyway, I think we can make this jetpack now. But this guy's making me nervous. We gotta get rid of him before we do anything else. Ooh, there we go. Okay, let's see if I forgot anything. Redstone, that is easy. And by the way, the last episode is not out yet. I'm scheduling these because I'm taking a trip soon, so these are a little bit behind when I'm posting them, so I haven't seen any comments about the name for the cow behind me yet. So keep those coming in. Eventually, I will get this cow named. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen any of the comments yet. Okay, Builder's Jetpack. The most expensive thing I have ever made, probably, in Minecraft. But fully worthwhile, one would hope. Alright, let's grab it. Builder's Jetpack. Now, it does also need fuel. Fuel is coal or charcoal with redstone and gunpowder, which kinda, that almost makes me think what we might have our build be today. Because charcoal and coal, that's easy. Just trees cooked into charcoal. Redstone, I feel like I get a ton of when I go mining, so I'm not super worried about that. Plus, MrBeardstone has that shop now. I can also buy gunpowder, but if we're being honest, it's not super difficult to make a creeper farm that just runs in the background and it doesn't have to make a ton. But just knowing that every once in a while we can go and grab some of our own gunpowder, I'm thinking that might be our build today. We'll see. Let's get this working first. So we've got some redstone, a little bit of gunpowder, and a little bit of coal. And with that, I can make... Well, you get 4 each, at least that's something. Let's just make it all a little over a stack. So, no time like the present, I say we test this out. So swap it for the Wings of Daedalus. I did have to look it up. You need to shift... Oh, that looks pretty cool. Press shift and space. That should be what activates this. So here we go. Shift, space. Hey! Look at that. So now, I mean, you can see how this could help for building. Just anywhere I need to go. Just boop, boop. I can get at it. Don't have to build my way up. That is so good. Now, how quickly do we go through the... Oh, wow. Oh, that goes really quickly. Look at that. Fuel status, 40, 36, 33, 30. That goes down quickly. I mean, we've got a lot, but even so, wow. That, we're going to have to watch that. The jetpack fuel gets used up very quickly. And at least it makes a noise, so I know I'm using it. But okay, good to know. Let's bring it back down. We are going to have to keep swapping these, but that's fine. And that is great. I mean, like I said, the fuel gets used pretty quickly, but if we're automating it anyway, it shouldn't be an issue. Well, look at that. We've got a jetpack now. Once again, I'm a happy boy. I was thinking about a build idea now that we have the jetpack, and one that came to mind is, what if we had like a great watchtower or observatory up here at the highest point of the base? Because from a distance, at least on this side, you can tell that things are growing into, you know, a little bustling town or a provincial estate, but it's kind of all behind the hill, especially the biggest build so far. It's all kind of tucked away, which is what we wanted. But if you're approaching from this side, there's very little to indicate that this is a base. Plus, if we were to get attacked from this side, there's not really any way to tell the encroaching armies. Also, I remember when we were building the storage, there was this big cavern down here, and we could use the jetpack to light this up, because if we are going to do a creeper farm, we want to try to keep the mob spawns down here to a minimum. So, if we swap that out, do that. Whoa! Gonna take some getting used to, but let's... Whoa. Go through, drop some torches in here, and I think this was the same... Yeah, this is the back of the storage over here. So we'll light this up. That should improve things. Then we can think about what we want to do for a creeper farm watchtower. Oh man, imagine doing this without the jetpack. Having to build little pathways or dig your way across. No thank you. Wow, we kind of already have a creeper farm down here, it looks like. This could get a little dicey. Nope, don't mind me. Just dropping some torches. Nothing to do with you. Eager boys down there. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Little Skeletron spawner. I mean, we could even add this to a creeper farm. Get ourselves some bones. Ooh, name tag. Yeah, remind me this is here. We might find a use for this at some point. Anyway, that should be a decent amount of light for now. So let's head back up and think about this build. And to me, this does seem like the best spot right up here. And I don't see any reason why we wouldn't just make it like in a layer type of fashion. So essentially we make the bottom layer, and then to increase the amount of spawns, we could just schematic cannon additional layers on top of that. I don't expect that'll look very nice. So once we're done, we'll come up with a design to build around it. And then something special for the top. We have to make it look nice. So yeah, I guess we start with the creeper farm portion of it right in the middle, and then we can schematic cannon more layers in. Let's get some building material. Fortunately, there's some pumpkins growing on our doorstep, and we are going to need a few of these. Now, if we're thinking that we're going to build up here, which we are, I might flatten this out a little bit, but what I'm more interested in beneath here, yeah, it opens up quite a bit, because I was thinking our first layer would be here, but if we're going to drop them down for like a kill chamber and collection, we might... Well, there's some space. I was going to say we might break through here, but I'm also undecided if I want to collect around here, which we could do. We could just add a collection area right down here. Or if I'm too lazy for that and I just want to send any items collected across over here and just directly into storage. That might also be kind of nice. Either way, that decision can be made later. For now, let's flatten off the top layer of this. Oh, we're actually going to need snow too. Will this be enough, though? I was planning on having to go find a snow biome. We might, I don't know, we might have enough, or be able to collect enough. It's like it was meant to be. We've got all the things we need just sitting around here. That should be a decent size, right about there, because then there's still a little bit of space on the edges if we're going to, let's be honest, probably make this into more of a circle. If you're new to the channel, I can very, very rarely convince myself to not do circles. Must have more circles. But either way, I think that's a good size. Now let me just make sure I got the right size. I think it's actually one too small. We need a little bit more around the edges. There we go. I think that's right. Let's just start building, then it'll become apparent. So we'll have fences around the middle because this spot will be for a very special guest. We want buttons surrounding all of this. Lots of trapdoors. And actually, we'll need this area beneath cleared out anyway, so let's do that now. That will be the kill chamber, so we'll come back later and we'll expand that, but for now this should be good. Actually, we may as well just set this up now. But what do we want to do? I kind of think... Well, we'll do both. I'll dig it out so that if we wanted to come directly access this, we could just make a little place to come in right about here. But I'm pretty sure it just makes sense to send the items directly down to storage. There we go. So little collection area down here. Chest to collect. Hopper leading into that, and then we'll just put it on all the sides with soul campfires on top of those. And of course our fence gates, all of which will be open so that creepers can fall through. Now if we put water, I think on these two corners, it should all lead into the middle. There we go. That looks good to me. But of course we want them falling in there, so we'll have to add our trapdoors here and here. And that is nearly done. Well, one layer is anyway. Next we want some slabs, mainly because we don't want any icky spiders spawning in here. And we just want a 2-block gap between each of the slabs because that should stop any spiders from spawning in here. There we go. Then I think all that's left is getting our special guest in the middle, putting up some walls, and then we're going to need a lot of trapdoors on the ceiling of this as well because it needs to be short enough for creepers to spawn, but no zombies and no skeletons. Okay, let's get it covered. And by the way, if you watched Stam's video on creeper farms, you can make these with cats. I opted for a different method. Both work really well, but this one is the version that is no cats, no redstone, no create components, just nice and simple. And actually, we don't want this turning on yet, so let's drop some torches. That might be bad if we catch ourselves in here with about 30 creepers. Oh, we also need to remember, because we're going to be doing this kind of compact, I only want to fill up to right there, because we're doing multiple layers. So as long as we keep these open, we should only need, like, this layer will act as the ceiling for the one below and the floor for the one above. Save us a bit of material. Oh no, I was one short, seriously? Wait, can I reach? Sucker. Okay, I think that's it. Let's grab this stuff and get our friend put in. Assuming I remember how to do this, I think I do. So we go snow block, oh no. Temporarily do this. Am I thinking of this right? Been a while. Pumpkin on top, then shears to carve it. Yeah, there we go. So there is our snow golem. And essentially the point of this guy, he should be safe in the middle, but all the creepers as they're spawning, he's just gonna chuck snowballs at them and aggravate them, essentially. Yes, you're very aggravating. That'll make them mad, they'll come and try to get him, but then they'll just fall in here and give me free gunpowder. That's the idea anyway. So, since this level is done, there should still be light coming in from above, so I don't think we'll have an issue. But I do want to get a schematic of this so we can start building up additional layers. Oh, no, wait. We forgot the trapdoors. Yes, we. If I forget something, you're included. You don't get to just avoid responsibility because I'm forgetful. It's not the way it works. Okay, how far will this get us? Because we need to go through every one of these, place these down, and stop the spawns that we don't want. That's always kind of a pain, but at least we only have to do it one time because the schematic cannon should take care of it for us for any of the following layers, but that looks good. Now we can grab a schematic. Strangely, we might actually run out of gunpowder building the creeper farm that we're building to get gunpowder. Isn't it always the way? Oh. It's already working. Hey, look at that. Ha! Oh, there you go. Maybe we'll get some extra while we're doing this. Okay, so we need... yeah, everything from the floor level up. We don't need any of the stuff below there because we only need to do the kill chamber one time. So if we start here... actually, that might not be low enough, but anyway, we'll get it to that one on the corner. Then can we push it down from here? Yeah, so that is now... kind of hard to tell. Yeah, that's where we want it right there. That looks good to me. Now we just get that put into a schematic, load that in there with gunpowder, and then I'm not going to do the clipboard. I think it should hopefully be simple enough that I can just count everything out. Not actually count, but just guesstimate, and I also didn't place it. That might help. There we go. So yeah, you see it fits in nicely there. Should redo everything, and that's kind of weird. Oh, it's gonna put the snow block because of that snow golem. I forgot about that. But that looks right to me. So let's throw that back in here. I started with a full shulker of stone bricks, so we know we're gonna have enough of that. We'll just get a bunch of buttons because I don't need too many of those. We should have plenty of slabs there. Fences. Yeah, we don't need too many fences. I think just making a ton of trapdoors, that's probably the only thing I'd need to add. Alright, that should be enough. 7 stacks, yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Let's get a second layer, and then I am going to have to go in and add the snow golem, but that should be fine. Let's give it a shot. Boom. Looking good so far. Yep, we got the slabs. Why didn't it put down any buttons? Or does it do that last? I mean, I could always go and add buttons, that's fine, but weird. Why wouldn't it put those down? Everything else looks good. Yeah, we'll just see if it does the buttons last. If not, I mean, maybe it does because it's something that has to be placed on another block. I don't know. But we should find out right about now. Yeah, there the buttons go. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Everything turned out the way I expected. Then we just go to the center, get our snow golem, which I'm hoping I can do just from up here. If I do that, yeah, nice and easy. Okay. So I'll add a few more layers. I don't know how many total, maybe only 4. Like I said, I don't think we'll need a massive amount of gunpowder. And then once that's complete, we'll make sure everything's working as expected. And then we can move on to decorating. See you in a few, citizen. Things are looking good here, and it does sound like it's beginning to work. Oh yeah, you're stuck, buddy. You're not going anywhere. So yeah, there we go. We're going to start getting some gunpowder in here. Obviously, we don't want to leave it looking like this because that is not a first impression that I want for the base. It probably will be the first thing that everybody sees if they come by. So because of that, I want to build a massive watchtower covering it up. Also, at the very top, that could be an AFK platform if we do want to up the production a bit. And I looked in storage, I don't think I have enough of what I want to use to build this. So it's a good opportunity to go down and establish those mines. I also brought some extra things because I want to set up a sorting system down there, kind of like we have at the other mine. Oh, this hasn't been running because a zombie did go through here. Aw, man. Well, we're about to get a lot of gold then. What is not lit up enough? I don't really want zombies spawning around here. It's probably fine. Yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't making any more gold and we had 9,000 terracottas stuck here, so that's the reason why. That's okay, we're gonna get a ton of gold now. Yep, here it comes. Okay, anyway, we are going to head down. Did I leave that down there? I don't remember leaving it down there. Well, we'll head down to iron level, get this established, and then do the same for bedrock level. And we may even put a sorting machine on each one, because it was a little bit annoying if I'm mining here, having to go down to bedrock and do it again, or, you know, just go down there to use the sorter. But either way, we need lots more space, and it looks like we're fine here. I still worry, like I'm worried I'm going to go into somebody else's area and demolish something, even though this should all be ours, because we're directly above our permanent base. Nobody should be nearby, but you never know. Okay, so let's see if we can put this here and get it moving forward. And this will be the first little bit of our iron mine. Uh-oh. Friends. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, you'll also notice that I added... Are you serious? Get out of here. I added these. I saw it on Foxy. Foxy was doing that with his mine, I think. So... or his drill, I should say. Just a nice way to get rid of some of the stuff ahead of time that I'm not going to use or don't need anymore. Oh boy, we're going directly into a big old tunnel. That's fun. And somehow we're hitting a ton of these. What is going on? Yikes. All right. Anyway, let's take this back for now. Oh yeah, hello friend. Cute costume, but you're no legionary. Goodbye. Okay, so we are gonna have to, we're gonna have to run around and light a bunch of this up. This is not ideal, but it is what it is. Let's light all this up. Then we can work on sorting, collecting, because actually diorite is one of the things I'm looking for. And then we can move on. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. That's right, I don't even need a shield. I have risen above shields. No need to put them here, because I'm just gonna go straight through them anyway, but at least on the sides. Don't really want creepers jumping down at me when I'm trying to mine. Speaking of, hey buddy, yeah. Leave it to me to find the most expansive cavern. But once again, this should control mob spawning underground and help us with our creeper farm. Oh boy. It is getting quite busy down here. I think we should probably push the mining drill through all of that. Ow. Ow. Okay, that guy's got flame on his bow. We're getting out of here. Yeah, let's just run through all of this first. I love to hear that sound. Mobs being trampled by the mining drill, and just seeing that, like they got taken out. I love it. Also, I'll mention it's a strange feeling seeing all of this iron and just going, meh, don't really need it. We've got the iron farm now, so it's just not a priority. But we will still need other things at this level, like the zinc and andesite and diorite, redstone. So, still a useful level to mine at. I can see little creeper toes down there, and he's not getting taken out by the drills, which is a little bit annoying, because when I pick it up, that's going to cause a fuss. Oh boy, that was a bit closer than I was hoping it would be. Just trying to light it up. Okay, that's probably good for now. We hit a place where we're not going through, like, existing cavern! I totally forgot about the creeper behind there. You are supposed to remind me about these things. I swear, what do I even pay you for? There we go, I think this should work. It's very similar to what we had before. I've just got some list filters on here so that things that I want go in this barrel, things I don't want get burnt to a crisp, and it's all just off one water wheel, so apparently that's enough. Let's see if I'm right about this, though. Oh wait, I just remembered something. I need another list filter. We don't want rail, coal, or charcoal leaving the drill, so we want to deny those, and put that here. So those should stay in now, because we need it to run the drill, obviously. But that should do the trick, right? Most of the stuff I don't want probably already exited via those funnels on the back of the drill, so I'm doubting we'll see a lot come through there. Yeah, very, very little. Oh geez, that fills up quickly. Okay, it's working though, and we always like to hear that. This will take a couple trips, even with shulkers. I actually don't mind though, because that means we're gonna have a lot in storage here, because it's still a little bit lacking. I didn't bring everything from spawn storage. So now the first couple mining trips that we take, we're really gonna fill up over here, which is good. Yes, feed the frog. So after the mining and the cleanup, we do have a decent amount. Diorite was one that I thought we would use, and then also maybe the blackstone. We got a lot of that when we were in the nether. But I also kind of wanted to use tough, and obviously I didn't get any of that because I haven't done the deep slate level yet, which means we might just have a little bit more work to do. And yes, I'm abusing the pants off of these schematics. I just think, why do the work if you've got them? I'm a lazy boy. Nothing wrong with that. Sloth is the mother of invention. I made a mistake. I already made a mistake. Whoops. Oh, this is bad. Okay, there we go. And I brought no water. I was gonna try to get rid of this. Think I got it all. Yeah, this is gonna be more difficult because, man, I just don't want to go forward at all. But even this way, it's not safe. But we're gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I can avoid this. Oh boy. Alrighty, cross your fingers. We don't run into anything too destructive, but hopefully this is okay. I hear more. I already heard silverfish. We barely got started. I don't even know. We continue. Yeah, why are there so many? This never used to happen. What's the deal with that? I'm blaming you, citizen. You've done something. I don't know what it was, ow, but I'm not pleased about it. I don't need more silverfish heads. I just said I don't need more, and it keeps giving me more. No! I have to start a trophy room for silverfish heads. Anyway, we should be getting some tough now, so at least we should have what we need from a short amount. Hello, beautiful. And I will take any of this that we see. This is unbelievable. Does anybody know, like, the spawn mechanics of silverfish that can explain this to me? Because I don't understand what's happening. Okay, let's see if we can get a sorter down here. And I forgot gunpowder, didn't I? Yeah. You know what? It's fine. We're always going to forget something. At least we know what it is now. Okay. We want to rotate the other way. Get you over into the wall. Where's the water wheel? I definitely had that in the schematic. I'm not pleased about this. It's missing the belts too, if this is accurate. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Let's get gunpowder. Then we can do this. We want to replace solid with empty. Yep. Nearly there. There's our dwindling gunpowder, but hopefully that's been working up there while we're doing this, and we will have enough to last us the rest of our lifetimes. There we go, and I'm really not sure what this one's going to do because, like I said, I don't think it had the belts or anything on it. Maybe it just doesn't show when you have the schematic open, but it won't be that difficult to just rebuild whatever we're missing, so is it gonna do... Okay, it is putting those there then. And that took about 2 seconds. Yeah, it's missing the water wheel. I don't know why. I didn't bring water down with me. I does have the funnel, or the filters on it, which is nice. Are they accurate? Yeah, they are. Wow, nice. Okay, so we just get water, and then we're good to go. Oh wait, it didn't do the belts either. Yeah, so just a little bit strange. Doesn't quite get everything. I'm pretty sure I had it all. I did. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this if I hadn't. Yeah, and this is all awkward and weird. Strange. Okay, so if we put that right here, get under there, and under where? I know, I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've done that joke. And get you right about there. Oh, every single time I go upstairs, grab something and come back, I'm gonna realize I'm missing one other thing. And did you decide to point out that I was missing the speed controller? No, you didn't mention it at all. Because you love watching me suffer, that's why. I'll be right back. At least we have elevators as an option. This would be the most obnoxious thing in the entire world if I didn't have elevators available. There we go. Everybody happy? Everybody good? Stuff comes out, it goes into there, it's going quickly, comes into here. Ah, we need our pit to burn stuff, and I think that's it. Well, we get there in the end. Now, I don't know where I need to place this thing. Somewhere in the area of here. Let's see. If I counted correctly, it should be right there. Yeah, perfection. Now I should be able to put it here, push it forward. That starts unloading. No? Oh, am I too close? Does it need to be here? Push it there, connects. There we go, that's what we wanted. And looks like... Did I not filter? No, I think I did. Yeah, there it goes. So deep slate all comes out. I've got plenty of that, I think. All the goodies come into here. That's what we were looking for, the tuff. And we can take that all back with us. Beautiful. So now we have our mines, we have our tuff, we have our sorting machines. Things are looking up in Rome. Let's head back up, put it into main storage, and see if we have what we need to start building this tower. I know, I'm excited too. We did indeed have enough materials to begin construction. I pretty much spent an entire morning working through the next few cinematics, which you conveniently get in about 60 seconds of bite-sized building. It also gives us an opportunity to talk Roman facts. Seeing that we're building a watchtower at our base, that seems like an apt topic. The most crucial function of Roman watchtowers was to provide early warning of potential threats. Positioned at regular intervals, along frontiers like Hadrian's Wall, they allowed guards to spot approaching enemies, whether small raiding parties or larger incursions. Messages were then rapidly transmitted from tower to tower, using smoke signals by day or fire signals by night, ensuring that garrisons in larger forts or legionary bases could be alerted quickly. That was my fact, but it looks like we still have some time left in the cinematics. Maybe we try a few dad jokes to pass the time? What do you call a boomerang that won't come back? A stick. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fush. What do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry. Okay, that's all I've got. I'm very sorry you had to go through that, but you handled it well. Let's get back to it. Well, there's a fair bit of progress. We're not done yet, but this seemed like a good place to pause. We're at the phase of the build where you've got basically just a bunch of flat faces and no detail whatsoever. So I'm thinking about that next, but I'm also thinking about the utility of this. Because up at the top, this could be maybe an observatory. If it had windows, is there a way we could kind of turn it on its sort of, would that be y-axis? So that if there's windows and it could turn, you could obviously check the landscape and see what's around you. So we might want to figure out some create components for the inside of that. But before we do that, we should probably finish this build. And I left these disconnected because I didn't want to just go from diorite to diorite in sort of a reduced diameter circle, if we can call it that. I have no idea if that's what it should be called. So I'm going to get the tuff out and we're going to see how it would look, because I'm thinking this should help us transition between the two. And if we have this with some spruce, not really sure where, I just think this will work together. Does this look like it could hold it up or hold something up? That's kind of what I'm going for. Just, you're never really going to see inside here. Well, maybe, who knows? I might end up using this for something more than just kind of a cap for the creeper farm. But something like that, does that look plausible? A little bit spindly? Is there a way to bulk it out a little bit? Ah! Use these walls, do a little bit of that. Yeah, either way, we've got to do something like this at each level, so let's go through, do something like this, we'll see what that adds to the structure as a whole. And then the big one that we have to do is something with these. That is just very flat and plain, and I'm thinking windows, I'm thinking lights, things like walls and fences and trapdoors, lots of stuff like that. So we'll get to that, but first, let's connect all of the tower together. We're up at the top now, and I was just thinking, wouldn't it be nice if we could eventually get a beacon or something like that around here? Because imagine this whole structure, but then a light shooting up through the middle of it, and it looks like the light is what's holding up the entire orb up here. That would be pretty neat. Or I could even do something with, like, I just put lava dripping out of the bottom of that, and it goes all the way down this tower, and then we could open up the sides, put glass here, and then you could see all of that through. That way, it's almost like a lighthouse. If we're coming from a sea, you know, the ships are returning. This is a beacon lighting the way home. Got lots of ideas and very little time to execute them. Which, yes, I'm sure is a problem of my own making. For now, I think that's okay. I want to start adding details because it's bugging me that everything is so flat. So why don't we start with going through adding things like windows with lighting on it, accents around the windows. So for example, each of these is what? 7 blocks wide. So we could either have big window in the center or 2 smaller ones off to the sides. So hard to see them so far, but that's what I'm talking about when I say in the center. Or could probably get away with something like this and that. So it's 2 side by side. Right now it just looks like the tower is going, woo, like it's surprised about something. Looks like a character from a Mario game. I don't know what I'm thinking of there, but anyway, yeah, these are our options. I like the 2 side by side, but it might actually be better to just do the 1 because then we can build things up around the sides and not get too cramped with this. By which I mean, you know, maybe we've got walls here and then fences here, or even things like cogs or, you know, create type stuff. So that just gives us the room to do it. So you probably saw in the time lapse, I did schematic cannon each of these in just to save time. Maybe we'll do something similar. I'll design 1 entirely, and then we'll just use the schematic cannon to copy it onto the other 3. Also, pretty soon I think I'm going to need more jetpack fuel, which is good that this has been running because we will need the gunpowder. Speaking of, how's this been doing? Yeah, not too shabby. Look at that, almost a full row. I'm thinking some stairs make sense in here just to give it a bit more depth. And actually, I wasn't thinking about it, but this might be a good time for some copycat type stuff. Might have to do some testing with this. So for example, like what's a beam? Vertical step. What is that? A slice? There's so many options. I'm just curious what some of these would look like. So for example, if we have, what is this one? A copycat pane. That's strange. Why would it go that way? Can I put it like... oh, like a window pane. I see what they're saying. Okay. Not really what I want. So a beam. How does that go? That goes straight out. That could be interesting. It's almost like little mini logs if we do it that way. That's kind of nice. Not right there. We don't need one there, but good to know. Vertical step. That is, I think, more what I was thinking. If we need it to frame the outside of something, that might work. In fact, I may want something like that for... the outsides of these? I cannot figure out how this works. I'm just trying to add a little bit more to this, and I got them to do this last time, and now every time I put them down, it does that, and I can't figure out why. Copycat vertical step. This one, copycat vertical step. They are the same thing, yes? I'm so confused. Hey, there we go. How did I do that? Oh, is it holding shift maybe? That might be what it is. Okay. Anyway, so far, how are we feeling about that? I think we need something other than the tuff, because it just blends in too well with the tuff behind it. Might swap that out for stone brick or something. That definitely stands out more, it's easier to see. And then if we add some lighting into here, can I light them both at the same time, by the way? Oh man, thought that might work. Okay, so something like that. We need a little bit extra for the sides still. But that's turning out okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. It actually doesn't look bad if we frame it with the spruce logs on the side. I'm wondering if I should do that. It's a little bit off down there, so I might have to change that. Or at the same time, could just say it changes at that point to this. Yeah, that looks natural enough. Believe it or not, every once in a while I have a plan, Citizen. It's just, this is not one of those times. We're definitely in the wing it phase. Well, I say we do this, get the spruce on the sides that is, and then I'll figure out something to do at the top. I will replicate what I have right here at all the other windows just so we can see what it looks like all together. We'll decide if we like it or if we need more. Then we just schematic this onto the other 3. Okay, we've got a plan. Also, by the way, in case you've been wondering, yes, the jetpack is absolutely fantastic. I'm already not even realizing how much extra work this would have been, but I know it would have been a lot. Having to, anytime I want to make a change here, having a bridge to it instead of just fly around, this is just fantastic. That being said, I do only have 5 fuel left, so we better get a move on here. I'll go make more fuel in a second, but the question I have now is, what should I do with this? Because I kind of have 2 options to my mind anyway. I could just do like turrets, you know, like it looks like a castle tower, like it just has the little bumpy, so it could use stairs that just go ba-doop, 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 ba-doop all the way around, and that would be fine. Or should we put an actual roof on each one of these? You know, start here, come up to a peak, come back down there. Might look a bit silly with 4 of them like that. Plus, how, you know, which way makes the most sense that the front of the roof would be, unless it was all 4 directions. That's kind of complex. I don't know. I will go make more jetpack fuel, and I will think about it while I do it. I do need to go grab some more coal, but before we do that, I completely forgot to mention. During one of the time lapses, I went and finally made a Silk Touch pickaxe. So we called that Juno's Silk. Juno being the Roman version of Hera. So I thought that was a nice name, and yeah, I had to go get some more netherite as well. I completely forgot about that. I was thinking we might be working with windows and glass, and it was finally time to get one. So if you notice that we actually have 2 now, we have Jupiter's Delabra, Juno's Silk. Anyway, let's run and get some coal, more jetpack fuel, then we keep working. But looking pretty impressive up there. And yeah, there's nothing underneath it yet. You'll notice that as well. We need to build it downward to connect with the ground as well. So much to do. There we go. With what we've got, we can get, what was that, 4 stacks? Let's do it. Boom. That should be enough fuel for a while. I want to see what this would look like if I did just add, you know, the little castle-y turrets up here. Because there's a chance I'll like it, and we'll just go with it. Oh no. Oh, I'm still getting used to the jetpack. We're figuring it out. Maybe something like this, like you could walk out a little bit. Not quite a balcony, but not quite not a balcony. Of course it makes sense. There we go. I don't hate it, but I do think we want another color up on top of here. And I don't have any stone walls. Let's grab some of that. Boop, boop. There we go. That wasn't even over there. I think I just fixed it. And if we add that there, a little bit under here as well. There we go. That's not too bad. I think if they all had something like that on it, I have to wrap it all the way around with like it is here, but I think if we had that, I'd be happy. So now with all of that on, it's looking much more complete, and yeah, I'm a fan of that. I do want to put a floor in, because this might be a little bit dangerous and if anybody tries to come stand up here. And spruce planks ought to do. Couple torches. And we are happy. Let's just double check that. So comparing the 2, the one over here where we started compared to this, I think that'll do. Kind of a shame you can really only see that one front face. I did the same thing on every side and you can barely see it. I guess it depends on how you're approaching it. Also, once more out of curiosity, is this gonna blow up my computer? Hey, it worked. So there it is so far at night, which is, yeah, kind of an indicator of how much I need to add lighting, but that will take care of a lot of it once we copy it onto other sides. And then we might need to add light to the center tower as well. Okay, still things to do, but first we have to schematic this into all the other ones, and I can already tell I'm gonna need a lot more material to get that completed. Yeah, I know, we were just talking about lights, buddy, just for you. I know you're afraid of the dark, don't worry. It's natural. Okay. Back to it. Fortunately, the schematic cannon works like a charm, so look at that. We've now doubled up. So I just need to do that 2 more times. Then we add lighting and window to the middle, and then I decide what to do with this. I have a couple ideas, but I'm not sure exactly yet. Right now, it's just massive floating orb. Looks pretty neat though, look at that. Imposing and impressive all at the same time. Why yes, just like me, thank you for noticing. I think we're gonna do the idea I had with the lava. And I just put this in the wrong spot, actually. I was gonna put, well, maybe not. Maybe we just have the lava stop there. I was gonna put a little catch thing here so that the lava didn't go all the way down and, you know, potentially if we're using this room, it wouldn't burn our little noggins. So maybe that is a good place to stop it. And then I'm just putting these ornate iron window panes here, so when you're far enough back, you'll be able to see the lava falling. And we just need to go through and do the same thing. Would it look a little bit too weird to have like a super tall window? No, I think that works here. There we go. There's all the windows in. By the way, all 4 of those are done now. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm still not sure what I'm doing with the top, so for that reason, I'm not going to have the lava fall out of this. We'll just do it somewhere right up here. So, why don't we do that? It should fall straight down, no issues. Just landed that thing down there that we made to catch the lava. Do I have lava on me, by the way? Of course I don't. Got buckets. And somewhere down here is my lava farm. Da, 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 da. There you are. Okay, I don't see anything going wrong here. This always makes me a little bit nervous doing something like this, but once again, the point is that it's going to start falling down through all of this, and rather than filling all of these windows with lights or filling the middle with glowstone or the copper bulbs or anything like that, this should work in a similar fashion because it'll give off light, it'll shine through the windows, it'll be more apparent if we turn on the shaders in a second, and then it should stop right around here. So it'll go into that, but then it's not going to come down here, right? Pretty please? Yep. Okay, looks like we're good. And if we just back up a minute, this is looking pretty good. Did I need to do all of this just to cover up a creeper farm? No. But did I want something high up at the base that's more imposing and just makes things look generally pretty awesome? Sure did. And actually, speaking of the shaders, once again, will this blow up my computer? Ooh, bright, shiny. Yeah, so I think that has the effect that we're looking for. You do have to be kind of at a certain angle, especially for this window, to see the lava, but I think you'll pretty much catch it if you're most anywhere down there. But I am pleased. I think that turned out pretty good. Now I need to think about the orb. So give me a minute, I'll think about it, and then we'll see what we need to... I don't know, I want some kind of movement. I need to think about it, but we'll get this figured out. I'm looking at valve handles because I think that is what we want. Because then we can rotate, I'm assuming, the entire structure. Bearings have to be told not to disassemble? Well, at least I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to glue the whole thing together. I want to change a little bit of the design first, though. So we will need, I think, copycat trapdoor. I think that's what I want to use. And we're gonna need lots and lots of gold. If only I knew where to get that. Ah, lovely. Hopefully a stack will do. If not, we have more. I'm not sure if we'll have an official entrance, so for now, I'm just gonna open it up and we can drop in from the top. And I think we'll make a floor level right here. Okay, now we want to remove a section from each side, and that's where we'll put in our window panes. Seeing as this is a lookout, we actually want a way to look out. And as for the outside, I want these trapdoors to sort of outline the windows, but also wrap around. So what I was thinking is we put it all the way around each of the windows. And I could have used gold blocks, but I was worried it would stick out too far and just look a little bit awkward. So instead we're gonna do this. Ooh, maybe we should use blocks here though. I don't know that I want those gaps to be there. Yeah, so for this part, we'll do that. And I might actually need a bit more gold, but that will be fine. But that's the sort of thing I'm thinking. I'll wrap around with the rest, and actually, yes, I'm realizing now it almost kind of looks like a very strangely colored Pokeball, but I don't hate it. Okay, how far can we get with the rest? Yeah, we need 8 more, I think. We were close. No matter. It's handy that you can actually fill in the copycat panel or copycat whatever as long as you're holding the other item in your offhand, because that'd be kind of a pain having to go back around to do it again. Anyway, now I think we need the whole thing to be glued together. And it would probably be more efficient to do this like gluing it in sections, but I'm just gonna do one massive glue if I can. Actually, I probably won't even be able to. But if we build out to here and say there, yeah, I'm guessing we're not gonna be able to take that and bring it all the way over. Yeah, it's way too big. Okay, well, we'll just do it in sections. Yeah, this is a mess, but I can't think of a better way to do it. I'm having a really hard time telling what is currently connected. There we go. I think it was the floor in here was messing something up. I don't know. For some reason, it won't take this section right here. It says blocks must be connected. Oh, I think the way I built it, they're not actually touching. That's not good. Maybe this will do it? It's a lot of guesswork going on right now. There we go. Is that everything? I think it might be. Which means it's time for a test that will almost certainly go wrong. Now, assuming that everything is connected, my hope was that we could just take a mechanical bearing, connect it here, put a valve on top of it, and then use this to turn the whole thing. But I don't know if it'll work because we're inside the glue right now, which might mean, I don't know, it just might not work. Always place when stopped, only place near initial angle, only place when anchor destroyed. I think we want that one because we want to be able to turn it on an angle and not have to worry about it like doing that thing where it stops in places. Also, I'm a bit worried about this, so we're going to take a schematic just to be safe. Now let's just get it all selected. I think that's it. Nope, not yet. That should do. Okay, ooh, I'm nervous. Because once again, the idea should be that when I click on this, right-click it, this bearing should turn the entire structure because it's all glued together. Is it going to work? Probably not. I've never done this before, but I really like the idea of it. Okay, there's only one thing to do though. What happens when we right-click you? Nothing. It just turns that block. Are we not all glued together down there? Maybe we're not. Somehow, this didn't get glued. Now is it all glued together? Now it might be. Except it looked like it was not, like, touching the one underneath it. So if I do this again, yeah, it's still going to do the same thing. Also, just double check. I haven't been moving anything, have I? No, it looks the same. Okay. Double check. This should all be connected. It looks like it is. Something's missing here. What a mess. We're going to try again, though. Please rotate the whole thing. Whoa! Okay, I saw we missed something, but ooh, that is disorienting. Is it back? Yeah. Okay. Because when we do it, oh, we are definitely missing parts. But it works, which is kind of cool. Oh man, that is really disorienting. All right, we're going to try again. And we missed more. One more time. Still, man, it is so hard to get everything attached. One more time. Oh, no way. Did we get it? Is that everything? Oh, I think we missed one. We're so close. Okay, I think that's it. We now have a fully rotatable observation orb tower thingy. Yes, we need a name for this. I'm going to be counting on you for that. But if nothing else, I think it's really cool that normally you only have the 4 cardinal directions that things can be facing in. And now this is facing at angles, which I just think is a really nice touch. Man, look at that. That's imposing. And I'll be honest, this is a bit bigger than I intended when I started, but then things just kind of got away from me. I just kept placing blocks and this is what happened. Whew, we got it figured out. I'm pleased. Now we just wait to see if that much glue is going to crash the server and probably have to just disassemble it all. But that's a worry for another time. Okay, I'm going to do some cleanup. And then we can decide if there's anything left for this episode that we can still fit in. Oh, actually, and while I'm doing that, I completely forgot I was going to add some green stuff too, so I'll bring that up. But yeah, the rest will just be cleanup. There we go. We've got some leaves on there. The vines will grow and cover probably a decent amount of some of those, but I think that'll look nice. And I did remember one other thing we were supposed to do. I am far too lazy to come in here and constantly have to collect these. And man, that's working pretty good. So for that reason, I think we are going to automate it. We'll probably just dig right underneath that. And if we send it straight down, we can then have it come straight across this way and go directly into this vault. That way it's just in storage for us. So, assuming we want to come straight down from here, I'm probably just going to have a line of chutes leading down. And look at that, we can finally just get stone directly rather than cobble. That's nice. Ooh, hello. And we also need to bring power over here. So, where is the nearest power? We have some right here, and that should always be running. So maybe we just come in here, direct it through the wall, and then we can just access it from right there. That should do. I know, lots of shoulds happening right now. Can we just sneak in from here so I don't have to go back around? What is this? Actually, that's perfect. Connect up here, bring it along this way, and nobody's the wiser. So we'll say everything will go in via that andesite funnel, and actually we want it one higher. I don't actually know how far a belt can go. Like, can this all be a single belt all the way down? We are about to find out. Can you come all the way down here? No, I think I lost it somewhere around here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, no problem. That'll work. And we just connect you and you. Then that'll go right in. And actually, let's make sure we've got this spinning the right way before I even put that on. All right, how does that look? Yep, wrong way. So that would have just started emptying items out of here. That's why we do the test. We do not want to do that. There we go. This probably isn't going to work, but yeah, wrong way. If we do that, push it further by 1 and put you in there, that works. Okay. Couple encased chain drives, and that is looking good. So now we just have our funnel right there that'll go directly in, we get really smart about this and remember to put down a bunch of torches. Then we go back through here, make sure this is lit up, and then I believe all we need to do is get chutes from this chest, which actually, let's dig this out so we can go alongside. Because I was about to start from up here, but I think if I put a chute here, everything's just going to shoot down prematurely and just kind of shower us with gunpowder, and we don't really want that. So instead, we can start our chutes here, keep them going all the way up. I don't even know if this is necessary. We might just be able to put one at the top and one at the bottom, or even just the one at the top, but I don't really want to risk it. So if we put you here, yep, gunpowder moving down, should end up on here when it makes its way. There it goes. Yep, here it comes. Going all the way along and directly into storage. Beautiful. That's what we like to see, citizen. Now, how do I get out so I can go check how much is in there? Think there's a way out this way? Yep. What are you doing here? Get out of there. All right, let's have a look. There you are. 1.2 thousand gunpowder. I would say that'll last us for pretty much, yeah, forever. Especially if it keeps filling at the rate that I've seen it. Which means today was a success. I'm also planting a couple of these over at the beach right nearby, because while it is really easy to go and buy our firework rockets, in a pinch it might be nice if we can make them ourselves too. Could even automate sugarcane, that wouldn't be hard. But I'm not feeling like it just now. And once again, I've got some cleanup to do, but I think I'll just leave you with a usual reminder to leave me those comments. I'm curious what everybody thinks about this one. It's a bit of a different build for me. This isn't typically the style I go with, especially that. But I've been getting into building the spheres, and I just think that's really cool. As always, there's a lot more work to do around here, and at some point, I just need to get to these pathways and do that. Because right now, you kind of have to fly everywhere, which isn't a problem, but I still want to complete this one, have it lead around the back, probably connect up with their new build. This one has to come along here past the guardsmen, go through that little chasm to connect to the front of the arena. Probably have another one go along the outer edge here as well, so there's a lot to do there, and also probably half of it's going to be train line when we get around to that. So lots to do. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any ideas that I can use to continue expanding the base, but as far as what we've accomplished, I'm happy with this. Once more, I gotta do this. Ah, shaders. It does look really bright with the shaders, doesn't it? Just realizing that. But things are looking good. All that being said, I will leave you with an as always, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one, citizens.